Right, y'all, today we're doing a lazy enchilada bake, and we call it lazy because I don't feel like rolling them up into actual enchiladas, so we're just baking it like flat, like a casserole dish almost. Just gonna season my ground beef with the seasons that I like. I love this Saison seasoning right here. It gives it an extra kick, and I season this way because once you drain the grease off of the meat, it's gonna drain most of the flavor out anyways. But the meat is already cooked here, so I'm back in the pot adding my Rotel tomatoes and my diced green tomatoes. Those are the roasted ones, just for a little bit of flavor. Add a taco seasoning so you can give a little bit of the taco flavor, a little extra flavor. And then I'm going to add my enchilada sauce. I'm going to let all of this cook together, and that's pretty much going to be our mixture. Add a little bit of cheese to give it some stickiness. These are my shells that are going to go into the pan. I cut them down the middle so they'll round the corners out of the square pan really good. Coat the bottom of the pan with the enchilada sauce so it does not stick, or you can use non-stick spray. I like the sauce on the bottom of my shells though, so I use the sauce. We're going to go ahead and coat the pan with the shells, line the pan with the shells, should I say. This is going to be our base layer, kind of like a pie crust. And from here, you're just going to start layering your meat and your cheese in. Now, you can layer in whatever order you want, however you want, whatever ingredients you want. This is my layering. Just some cheese, then a layer of the ground beef, then another layer of cheese. We use a lot of cheese in this house. My children love cheese, and we love cheese in these enchilada type meals. Now, trust me on this right here. Crunching the chips up is giving it a little bit of extra texture in it. And when it all cooks down and it gets soggy together with those chips in between, it's so good. So I add a layer of corn tortilla chips in the middle, add some more ground beef, add another layer of cheese, and then you add some more chips. Pretty much you layer however you prefer. This is just how we like it, and it's so delicious. But I'm also going to just rip some shells up. Never mind my hands here, y'all. I'm cooking for my own household. My hands are clean, I promise. But I'm just going to rip some shells up and layer them in there too with some chips. And again, once all that mixture cooks down and it cooks into that, it's going to make it so soggy, and it makes it stick together better also, so when you cut it, it doesn't fall apart. But we got another layer of cheese going on, our last layer of the meat mixture, and then I'm going to cover this up with the flour shells on top. You can also do this with corn shells, but I like the flour shells better because they get soggy when the juice cooks down into them. But yeah, put my last layer of meat on, another quick layer of cheese, and then we're going to cover this with the tortilla shells. Add some enchilada sauce on the top right there, as you can see, until it bakes. Bake it loosely with the foil so it doesn't stick, and then after you bring it out of the oven, and we bake this for 25 minutes, bring it out of the oven, put a layer of cheese on top, put it back in for about 5 minutes so the cheese can melt down, and that's what you have, the finished product right there. This is so good. I'm cutting it into squares, ready for my kids, ready to eat. That pan is so hot, but I'm about to cut this and bring it up out of the pot, up out of the pan, y'all. It's so good. Watch these layers. It's a little messy because this was a quick one just for the sake of the video, but these layers of this cheese and this ground beef and these shells, oh yeah, and you gotta have you a scoop of sour cream to put on the top, and even some picante sauce. But when I tell y'all this is so good, I love comfort food. That's why y'all see me with that infinity hoop I just ordered, because we eat like this, not on the daily, but we eat like this often, and it gets to my stomach, as y'all can see. But look at